Hey everyone. Yeah, I thought I'd come on here and kind of answer a question before I clock into work or at least give my opinion on it, that a lot of fans have had. And that is, why does Hulu get to distribute or get to showcase the My Little Pony movie from last year, the 2017 one, instead of Netflix, who happens to be, as we speak, showcasing Friendship is Magic, the series which the movie is based on, as part of their streaming service? What's the deal? What's the deal, right? Well, I think it all comes down to who the distributor is. That's mainly what it comes down to. It mainly comes down to, like I said, it mainly comes down to whoever the distributor is for, any series of movie. That's basically about it, and who that distributor has a deal with. In this case, Netflix just renewed the deal with Hasbro and DHX Media. So DHX Media and Hasbro, through this agreement, gives Netflix first dibs at the Friendship is Magic show, as well as any other content they may decide to allow Netflix to have first options for. Basically give Netflix the first options at, or first dig at, if you know what I'm saying. That's basically the reason why Friendship is Magic is on Netflix, because DHX and Hasbro, mostly DHX, who is the distributor, has an agreement with Netflix. As far as the movie goes, DHX is not the distributor. They took part in helping bringing the movie to the big screen, but they're not the distributor. The distributor, believe it or not, is Lionsgate. And Lionsgate, or Lionsgate, if you will, Lionsgate has a deal, from what I've seen and could tell, with Hulu, thus allowing Hulu to have first dibs at whatever properties they're distributing, whether those properties be movies or shows. And I think also Lionsgate somewhat is partially owned or partnered with NBC and Comcast, who has some kind of stake or ownership or whatever in Hulu. So that also works into the equation, and that also explains why Hulu would get first dibs. But here's the thing. This has happened before. Just because a series or whatever is distributed by one company doesn't mean that basically the movie that's based off of it is distributed, elsewhere. It's distributed on the same platform as the series, because the distributor of the movie could be someone completely different, and they could end up having to deal with another streaming service or another cable network. A prime example is, let's say, a movie like, let's throw it out there, let's say the upcoming Captain Marvel film, okay? Captain Marvel, when it gets released late next year on cable television and all that, Captain Marvel, believe it or not, will end up on Stars first before it ends up on Disney Channel, or it ends up on HBO or anything like that, because Stars still has somewhat of a deal with Disney to do so. Get what I'm saying? The same could be said for if, let's say, the Justice League or Aquaman, that's coming out later this year or next year. If Aquaman does come, when Aquaman, I should say, finally does come to cable television, HBO, because of their agreement with Warner Brothers and DC, they would get the first dibs before anybody else because of that agreement. And that's basically the same thing here with MLP's movie, because Lionsgate is the distributor of the movie, and they have a deal somewhat with places like Hulu to allow Hulu to get the first dibs at it, then that's what's going to happen. Not saying the movie will never come to Netflix, but there's an agreement that basically states that as of right now, you can only see the movie on Hulu. That's about it. Same thing for when it finally comes to cable television. If it ends up on Starz first, before, let's say, HBO or Cinemax, it's because of the agreement that Lionsgate has with Starz. And that's basically what it comes down to. So, to answer the question real quickly before I clock in to work here, basically it comes down to who the distributor is. In this case, when it comes to Friendship is Magic, the distributor is DHX Media, and DHX Media has a deal, an agreement with Netflix to give them first dibs at whatever show they would like to bring over to their network, or whatever new original program or content they would like to debut there. That's about it. And the same goes for Lionsgate in their agreement with Hulu. They have the first dibs to debut streaming-wise the MLP movie before anybody else. So, to answer the question, that's basically about it. So, yeah, it all comes down to who is the distributor and who they have a deal with, who they have an agreement with to give first dibs to when it comes to showcasing a product, a show, or a movie. So that's all I'm going to say on it, guys. Let me know what you all think down below. I'm going to clock into work now, and I'll talk to y'all later.